Cielito lindo.
Okay, we're getting ready to season the meat now, and what I have here is I have the chili California, and these are dried chili, and I have the chili Goiano. I'm going to open these up and show you what we got to do to prepare these things. They're both pretty much identical chilies. This is the Goiano, and I'm going to open this California up. And you're going to see that they're very similar. The chili California is, I believe, the same as the chili New Mexico. I think it just happens to be the same species, but it's grown in California. I could be wrong. But what we're going to do is we want to remove the stem, and then there's inside of this chili here, there is I don't know, like a membrane. And there's seeds, and so we want to get the seeds out, as many of them as we can, and then we're going to reconstitute these things in water. So that's pretty much what you want to see when you're finished with this, just this little membrane here out. And I'll start throwing those in the pan. That was a chili California. This is one of the Goianos. I believe it's a little bit narrower in width. Get rid of that membrane, usually dump out the seeds, and take a look at it there. Try to get as many of the seeds out as you can. You really don't want to eat the seeds, but that's kind of what we're looking at. So what I'll do is I'll continue to pull the stems and the seeds out of these and get a pot full of them, and then I'm going to fill this pot with hot water, reconstitute them, and we'll show you what we're going to do from this point on. So we'll keep moving along. Oh, and you know, there's one other thing here that I just popped into my head. When my uncle had taught me how to make tamales, the one thing he told me was, after you're done cleaning these chilies, make sure that you wash your hands, because if you don't wash your hands, you're going to put your hands in some places you don't want to, and you're going to be in for a real big surprise. Okay, it's time to prepare the chili for the meat. What I'm going to need is I have a blender, you know, a multi-speed blender. I have the chili over here, which is I reconstituted. All I basically did was put it in hot water. I really didn't bother boiling it like some people do. I have a few basic seasonings here, which is back to the familiar Las Palmas red chili sauce. I have some salt and some cumin, and then what I have over here is I have some of the broth from the meat when I cooked it that I reserved, and I'm going to add that too. And then over here we have the meat, and the meat's just sitting on the stove. I'm not going to cook this again. It'll only get cooked when it's in the tamale. So the meat's cooked, sitting in the pot, and now I'm going to give you an idea of how we're going to assemble this this sauce here. So let's give it a shot. Okay, what I'm going to do is take some of these reconstituted chilies here that we have. I'm going to put them in my blender. And these things are pretty hot. They're just in hot water. I'm going to add maybe a half a cup of this. I'll go with a whole cup of the broth that I reserved. And then I'm going to add some of this Las Palmas chili, probably till I get about half this blender full. And I think I'll add a few more of these. And we're going to go ahead and blend this. Okay, now if you only cook, say, one pork roast, about a 5-pounder, you may only need one or two of these for your sauce. I'm going to make several of them, but I wanted you to see exactly how the process went. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, I'll pour it into the meat. I'm going to continue to make some more, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the consistency that we're looking for in the meat. Okay, I've got the chili here mixed with the meat, and you can see this is the consistency we want. It's kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It's a little bit stiff, but it's moist. You're going to have to taste it to determine what it needs. I've tasted this. It's a big pot, so I'm going to add some salt to it. And I'm going to add some cumin. Now cumin's kind of one of these funny seasonings. You kind of got to play with it, get an idea, get a feel for it. I'm going to put about, say, 3 tablespoons in here. If you're making a 5-pounder, maybe let's try to go for a half a tablespoon, 1 tablespoon maybe. We'll mix this back up. We'll taste it. It's cooked, so there's no problem tasting it. And make sure you get all the way to the bottom there, get it all incorporated real well. And then the meat will be finished. And there's one thing we really haven't discussed, has been the masa. And in the opening shot, I generally show the ingredients. However, there was no masa. The reason being is that I like to buy the masa fresh. We're lucky enough here to have a local market that has a bakery in it. They prepare the masa for us right there. We just go pick it up and we're ready to go. We have to do a little modification to it, but I'll discuss that in a little more. So let's taste this here and see how we're doing. Not bad. I think we're just about ready. I'll use a little bit more salt, and then we're good to go.